Priam, or Podarches, his birth name, was born to Laomedon, who at the time was the king of Troy. Priam lived a rocky childhood with 13 other royal siblings, as Priam's father, Laomedon, was extremely petty, getting into many disagreements where the city of Troy was even at risk. One day, Laomedon's selfishness got the better of him. After a sea monster appeared near Troy, Laomedon made a deal and agreed to pay Hercules to slay the monster. But Laomedon ended up refusing payment to Hercules, angering him. As a result, Hercules brought ships of men to Troy and ended up sacking Troy and killing Laomedon, all in a single day. Along with this, Hercules killed all of Laomedon's sons, except for Priam, because his sister had offered a ransom for him. So, he remains the only son of Laomedon who survived, and he changed his name, which at the time was Podarches, to Priam, meaning ransomed. Priam would go on to become the king of Troy, with the city prospering under him, and he would go on to have 50 daughters and 50 sons, one of whom was Paris, who prior to being born was prophesied to bring the downfall of Troy. So immediately after he was born, King Priam sent Paris to Mount Ida in order to kill him. However, Paris survived, and years later, Priam found out, but he let him live. But as a result of this, Troy would later be besieged by Greeks during the Trojan War, during which Hector, Priam's son, would be killed. And Priam famously goes to Achilles' camp and begs him to return Hector's body so it can be buried properly, which he does. And eventually the city is breached by Greeks, but Priam decides to remain in the city and later dies saving one of his sons, Polites, marking the end of the last king of Troy.